While in local football news, after the Lloydminster Vandals won their first AFL title in franchise history last season, a handful of veterans had their minds set on hanging them up. Now, as Aaron Strack reports, their bodies proved to be stronger than their minds, as most who announced they were done have returned in search of a repeat.
After 7 seasons and an AFL title, longtime safety and kicker Brad Olin was planning on retiring, but he couldn't stay away.
Just a love of football, man. Got myself in good shape, and look at the guys that we still have on this football team. We have a very competitive football team once again, and want to go back for a repeat.
For Vance Randall, it wasn't just football that brought him back.
More the camaraderie of the guys, eh? It was, you're sitting at home. What do? Might as well come out and play. I'm one of the oldest guys on the team, but, you still got to come out.
When some of the old guys pulled a Brett Favre, the club welcomed them back with open arms.
You can never replace experience, it's great having them back. Even a few games here and there, it helps everybody out. I like the words old guys, yeah.
It's hard to think where the Vandals would be without the players who decided to return. A 5-2 regular season finish might have been a stretch.
Maybe a middle of the pack kind of team, but we're growing as a team all the time, and these young guys are learning from all the vets and whatnot.
We just have to be better than we were last year in order to repeat.
The Vandals begin their title defense August 6 when they kick off the postseason at home versus the Edmonton Stallions. Aaron Strack, Newcap Sports.
To baseball we go now, where tonight the boys of summer from the North Sask River Ball League start their postseason play. And the last time the Lloydminster Twins felt the bitter taste of defeat was back in the 09 semifinal series against Meadow Lake. It would be a 36-game winning streak if it hadn't been for a 2-2 tie earlier this season with Standard Hill.
We stranded probably 20-some base runners that game. We just didn't get the timely hits when we needed, and that's going to happen if you're not driving your runs in and giving teams a chance to hang around.
The Twins aren't dwelling on the broken streak, but rather are staying focused on another, the winning formula to the 36-game unbeaten streak.
It just comes with consistency. We've got a core group of guys that have been here for a long time. We've put in our time, and we know what we need to do day in, day out to come to the ballpark prepared and ultimately give us the streak that we're on.
We've had a few games where we've had to come from behind, or a couple walk-off games in the last inning, so it's quite a streak we're racking up, so we're pretty proud of it, and because I don't think probably won't be matched again.
Now the Twinkies know this can't go on forever, but they're going to ride the unbeaten wave for as long as they can.
Honestly, no. You don't even think about that. You think about all the years we've had together, all the fun, all the victories, some hard losses, and it's kind of well-deserved to a lot of these guys.
A 2-year unbeaten streak and being crowned back-to-back NSRBL champs carries a target. The Twins open up the postseason and continue their quest for a three-peat tonight against the Lloyd Midgets.
They got a good young team, and they're going to battle. They're not going to roll over for us by any means, just like no one will, but we can get the timely hits, and then we should be all right. So I think our pitching is usually always there, and the defense has been good. So.
Now tonight, the Twinkies are technically hosting the Midgets in Game 1 of their best-of-3 series at the Legion Ballpark. The first pitch gets thrown at 6 o'clock. Game 2 of that opening series will take place tomorrow night. Now, the remaining teams open their postseason campaigns Tuesday as well, with the exception of the 4th and 5th seeded squads, the Jays and the Juniors, who will begin their postseason play next week. A little Chuck update for you now. The quest for the CPCA's Canada Cup was a close one this weekend in Meadow Lake. After the first night of racing, Team Gorse and Team Moore were tied with 114 points, while Team Labacane was hot on their tail with 112. Team Labacane ended up moving into the lead after turning in a solid performance on night 2. So after 3 days of racing, it was Team Labacane led by Logan Gorse with 110 accumulated points and Jamie Labacane with 108. They would edge out Team Gorse to win the 2011 CPCA Canada Cup final. Logan and Jamie were only 2 of 3 drivers to record more than 100 points. Now, as for the 3-day event itself, Logan Gorst, driving for Logan's Heroes, turned in a time of 111.40 on day 3, which was enough to help the young gun win the 3-day show with an aggregate time of 330.78. That is Logan's second show championship win in 2011. As for that CPCA Sega Pro Tour standings, there's an update for you on your screen. Logan trails his father, Gary. Gary is first with 533.5 points. Devin Mitsewing sits in third. Now, with the cancellation for this weekend in Cold Lake, the drivers will have a week off to prepare for a 3-day event that runs August 5th through 7th in Turtleford.